Do this immediately you get paid the December salary. I'm making this video at around 1st of December. Literally, either you slightly got paid or you're about to get paid this month's salary. And we all know this month is full of activities. It is the holidaying activities as officially started, and a lot of people use a lot of money. Now, this is what I would like you, or I would suggest, by the way, it's not me dictating to your money. You have the right to do whatever you wish. But this is me just, passing this message. Might help somebody in one way or the other. Now, one thing that you're supposed to understand, I'm not going to complicate anything. There are only 3 things I want you to take care of. Whatever you're going to do with the rest of your cash is non-issue. This is good, Joseph, in case you're watching me for the first time. Guess what? Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a comment on the comment section, and like the video if you're in a position to. All right? Let's get on the business now. Once you receive this December salary, this is what I want you to do. And I want you to achieve only 3 things. The very first thing I always tell people is to pay themselves. First is to pay yourself. Pay yourself. I know some of you may not understand what exactly does it mean by paying yourself. The moment you receive your salary, when you decide to buy a jacket like this, oh, I would love to have that suit or that jacket. Oh, the moment you say you want to go or relocate, go to a different place, you want to go grab yourself a very nice dinner, you're not paying yourself. To some way you think like you're actually paying yourself or you're saying thank you to yourself. No, you are paying somebody. Let's do a very simple mathematics. See, when you decide to buy this jacket, you're paying the tailor. If you decide to go and treat yourself with a very nice dinner in a very fancy hotel, you're paying the owner of that hotel. When you decide to pay yourself a very nice place to live in a location that is or residential place, you're paying the landlord. So where is you in the equation of payment? You're not appearing. So what can you do? And we call it you paying yourself. Good question you're asking. To pay yourself, it is to simply means. By the way, let me ask a question. What if today I tell you this? Let's say you're called Jane. Hey Jane, this month I don't want you to go to work. I want you to just relax at home, have fun and just relax. And at the end of the month, you're going to get the salary. Would you be happy? Definitely you will be happy. That means you have saved you for the sake of you having fun. So how can you save you for the sake of you having fun? See, it is setting aside some cash to invest. Let me explain. See, investing, some people interpret investing as denial. To some extent, yes, it has some denial elements, but investing is buying off a day that you don't have to work. Did you get that? See, now, when you say, I'm going to pay myself, because the moment you are paid, not all that money is not yours. Some money there in your salary is landlord's. Some cash is for your farmer who grows food for you. Some people who usually grab that nice dinner. The guy who who purifies the crude oil to pay you or you fuel your car or something like that. All those are guys who are supposed to be paid by your check. Now, where do you appear? So the first thing that you're supposed to do is to pay yourself. How do you do that? After you receive the salary, get a chunk of it, put it into an investment. Why? Because you know that is not only a savings that you've set aside, but is a money that is earning you money, and then in future you're looking forward for that money to actually earn you money, in a sense that one day, if you continue doing that, a day will come when the money that is making money or when the money that is being made by your money will be equivalent to your salary. Therefore, you going to a job every day, it will be optional. Did you get that point? So the first thing I want you to do out of the 3 important things is to pay yourself. Number 2 is to do what? You pay your rent. Rent here, we can also do the transport. Because you need to move, unless maybe you're working from home. You need to make sure that you have a transport mean from where you live to where you work. Because if you don't move from where you live to where you work, you won't get this salary. Does it make sense? So making sure that you've paid your rent and there is a transport costs catered for in that money of yours. This is where now you ensure that you have a place to live, because after a day toil, you need a place where you can relax and have fun, and of course after relaxing, so that you can rejuvenate, or you can do what, recharge, so that you can show up tomorrow morning to your job, making sure that you have the energy, and of course to try again. That is what we say. So that's what I'm saying. Out of the cash after paying yourself, make sure that the rent is sorted and the transport expenses is sorted, so that at least you can assure that there is a continuity of your existence, because you'll have the energy, because you've already relaxed. And number two, as a human being, obviously, you need somewhere to live, because we always say there are three things that are very important and crucial: the shelter, the clothing, and the what? Find the last one. Now, those are the food, obviously. Now, those are the three things, those are the two things that you need. The last thing, but not the least, this is what we call food. Or should I say the basics, other basics. There are basics, and please don't take, drinking, alcoholing, and going out as basic. No. When I say other basics, I don't want to put the electricity there, the water there. Those are basics. Those are things maybe probably you're paying your school fees and what have you. So those are the basics that you need to, as a human being, for the purposes of your survival. You need to have those things. So now food, obviously this is no brainer. I don't need even to explain about this. Obviously you need to eat, you need to make sure that you can sustain yourself and what have you. Now, these are the three things I would like you to do immediately when you receive this month's salary. Because a lot of people are about to make a very grievous mistake of saying, hey, it's a month for enjoyment. There is a guy whom I had a conversation with some time back, and I did ask him. He told me, I'm so broken. I was like, oh, wow, what happened? Do you had like something like, he told me, no, you see, we came from December. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? It means like, come on, Joseph. It's a month of enjoyment. So I was like, okay, so it's the December that dictates how we're going to use your money, or it's you who dictates how we're going to use your money. That is a money not in control. Obviously, I know it's debatable, it's arguably, but the fact remains to be fact. You're not in control of your cash. You're actually doing what we call the catch-up game. Now, these are three important things I would like you to do. If there is a remainder of your cash, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You throw the parties, you have fun, you travel, do whatever. You can buy anything. But if you achieve these three things, can you imagine this? If you pay yourself, so you know one thing, the future me is secured. Well, at a human point of view, the future you is secured. Number two, you have a place to go at the evening once you throw parties and enjoy and everything. Nobody gonna add a padlock to your door. So the rent is sorted out. And you already know that, what? The next month's transport costs, whether you use a fuel, maybe if you have a car, or you actually use the public means. Whichever means you use to move from one point to the other, that is from your place to your job. That is catered. And number three, there is food at home. The basics are actually catered for. The basics has already been catered for. You've paid all those things and what have you. Now tell me, why wouldn't you go to a party and you have fun and you have the stability and you feel like, you know what, you're good to go? Can you imagine this? You receive your salary because it's December. Some people even ignore paying the rent. I saw some people who are very smart to some extent. I should say even they're smart. I mean, if compared to those who misuse their salary, I would say it's a kind of its smartness. These are guys who they know, hey, you know what? January, I might have a lot of bills to pay. Some people are taking kids to school. Some people have school fees to pay. Some people have some new project to start. Some people, they want to do an overhaul about their life and what have you. To some extent, some cash will be needed. So guess what they do? Right now, when you guys are having fun, some even start way earlier than you think. Starting from October, they start now fragmenting a certain fraction of their cash to settle the basics. They make sure that the food is okay, making sure that all those expenses that are there, we call them the sinking fund that you expect, is sorted out. Some even people, you can even go and find people in the bank right now as you speak. They are paying school fees. They are queuing. They just pay the school fees and whatever. And so by the time now they decide to go for that holiday, that vacation, that fun, spending. By the way, I don't know whether you guys ever understand this. The moment there is a party, you don't even know how you use money. You just realize that the money is just going. Anyhow, without even, the money is just, you get what I'm saying? It's just going. You try to do this, money is gone. Money is gone. Money is gone. Oh, do you have 2K? Do you have 3K? Do you have 5? Do you have 10? Do you have 2? The next minute, whoop, every cash that you had in your pocket, it's all gone. So with that regard, then I always tell people, make sure that you cater for these three things. Once you sort out these three things, you're good to go. You don't have any stress. You can actually live in a very decent way, knowing that you are very eagerly ushering the new year. That is the January. You know, here in Kenya, people have some very negative attitudes towards the month of January. I never love to have that attitude, you know. Because for me, if you ask me, the months are just the same. Just January to December. It's the perception that people create. And you know one thing, people are so much influenced by the external society. But they came to realize one thing, if you live by what the society want, they usually mold you, structure you to the things that they love, not you love, or the things they expect, not the things you expect. That's why the moment you become unique, different from the rest of the people, they either call you or you're an outcast, either they call you are proud. For example, let's say you, for my case, as an example, I'm very strict when it comes to time. Not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm very strict. And I remember I lost a lot of friends because of that strictness. I'm the guy, if you tell me, hey, Joseph, let's meet tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. It is 8 a.m. It's not 8 to 5. It is not, it is 8 a.m. It is that. Actually, I love to even arrive there earlier, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. Then I used to be that strict. Then I realized my friend will show up. Say we say 10 a.m. or rather 9 a.m. for example. They are showing up close to 10 a.m. unbothered, okay. They just think as if it's okay. I'm like, guys, do you think everything is good? They say, yeah, we're here. I said, you guys, you're 45 minutes late. I remember there was a time I told guy, you're 25 minutes late. They was like, oh, it's 25 minutes. I was like, means a lot to me. So I just disappear from the place. But then with that regard, they do say, oh, you know, you behave like a white person, with all the due respect. You're here in Kenya or in Africa. Let me talk about Kenya. I don't know much about the African continent. In Kenya, we tend to associate white people with strictness when it comes to time management and whatever. You say, oh, you behave like a white person and you are here in Kenya. I was like, nah, that's not the point. Point here is I'm very strict when it comes to time. So they didn't understand what I'm saying. I lost a lot of them. Some of them come to me back and say, I think we are now seeing the sense of it. Like, it helps. So it is good when you make sure that you conform to that what works for you. As much as even me, good Joseph, I will tell you, hey, do this, do that. Provided you can do that thing that you know that is what you want, but at the end of the day, does not affect somebody either today or in future. Because you can tell me not to tell you what to do with your money, then you decide to do anything with your money, because for sure you have the right to do anything with your money. Then guess what happens? You give birth to kids. Then you end up becoming a baggage to your kids. So in a way, you've become a nuisance to people. And then you become an emotional parent. Very old grandfather or grandmother there, you're telling them you're going to curse them if they're not sending you money. And it's because of you, you're throwing parties right, left, and center. So you have to, I tell people, it's okay, have fun, but as much as you're having fun, make sure that you have a plan of how not to disturb people in your future or your present. That's good, Joseph. In case you need my services, as always, that's my number. You can pick that number, shoot me a call, and we can have the discussion. This is good, Joseph. See you there.